welcome back to another garden video, and this time I'm going to look at a camera called the Panasonic Lumix TZ40, and this camera actually was released in 2013. I picked up my copy of it in 2014. It was a Curry's PC World promotion, and the reason I bought it was our previous family camera was an Olympus point and shoot, which we got on really well with and enjoyed, and I think I was just looking for something that would be an upgrade, particularly with video, and we had a cruise, a family cruise on the way, so we wanted something to take memorable photos with, something to help us remind ourselves of the adventure that we were going on. So I was looking for something that was good for travel, and I didn't really know the camera market at the time. I'd been kind of not interested or out of the sort of loop of looking at cameras for a long time, many years, because of our children were young, and that was where my interest and energy was. So this was marketed, and it was marketed as a travel camera, and seemed to tick a lot of the boxes. It did still photography, video, had a zoom lens, Wi-Fi, GPS even, and panorama shots it could do. So it ticked a lot of the boxes that we were looking for in a travel camera. The lens on this model is a zoom lens. It is a travel zoom, marketed as a camera that has that capability to bring the subject close to you, and you can see that's the standard kind of default that it extends to. But the range is actually quite good. It's 20 times magnification, so that's between 24mm and 480mm on a 35mm equivalent camera. So pretty good range for travelling, and the wide angle end, the aperture is 3.3 f3.3, and at the telephoto end it's 6.4. So not the slowest camera, it's not the slowest lens rather. It has a Leica lens, so it's pretty good glass. What I like about the camera, turning it on, it comes on very quickly. The zoom is controllable, so if I extend it like that, that's the full extent of the telephoto zoom, and that's going back to a wide angle. Your zoom control is a rocker switch on the top, and it's in easy reach of the shutter because it's like a little collar switch on the shutter button. I did find that battery life was a bit of an issue. If you're shooting video clips and still images, it doesn't last the whole day, and there's no way of removing the battery as far as I know. Let me just double check that. Turn it off. No, there is you can remove the battery. It's one of those, a BCM13E. So I never bothered buying a separate spare battery, but looks like that's possible. It does have a sort of proprietary charging port though, which isn't great. So it's not USB-C or anything like that. Yeah, shooting a combination of clips and images all day is really handy, and because it's so small, it easily fits into a shirt pocket or a coat pocket. In terms of the cards it takes, they're loaded from the bottom. It doesn't support the newer formats, but it does support the standard SD, XC, HC kind of cards. So the ultra capacity, the SDUC cards aren't supported, because they're too modern, and the UHS-2 and UHS-3 more modern ultra high speed cards aren't supported, or at least it might work in the camera, but you won't get any benefit from the additional speed. And of course it doesn't support the micro SD format either, unless it's in an adapter. So I think these are great things though. I mean, you can pop an old SD card into there, 8GB card, and away you go. Pretty good fun. In terms of the ergonomics, the grip is small, but it's perfect for this size of camera. I never had a problem holding it. Very slim design, really like that. And as I say, very portable for traveling. Perfect, really. It's not weatherproof, that's the thing. I've used it in rain, so I didn't have any long-term issues with that. But it's not really intended for inclement weather. The one thing I did find, so the mode dial is on the top. I did find that it was easy to knock it, because it sort of sticks out a little bit along the side here, so you've got to be careful that you're in the right mode. In terms of the usability, I think the quick menu on Panasonic cameras is excellent, and that's kind of a feature of this camera as well. It's got a touch screen, but it doesn't have a flip screen, so if you want to take selfies, then you'd be relying on the Wi-Fi, because it has a Wi-Fi control, and it can connect to a smartphone, so you could get the focus right on your smartphone. I could never get that working though, but that was maybe because of my phone at the time. I don't know. I haven't tried looking at that as a feature of, with more modern phones and so on. So I had trouble with the Wi-Fi, but I think that's probably down to me rather than the camera. With the GPS, it wasn't a feature that I particularly needed or would use or make use of, so never really tried the GPS out on it. As you can see, there's a flash on there. It's a fixed flash, so you're going to get sort of fairly you're going to get red eye unless you use red eye reduction, and it's going to get those kind of harsh flashlights that you see when there's a camera right near the lens. So no off-camera flash with this, but if you're stuck and you need a flash, then it'll do the job. I won't say you'd get great pictures from it, but you will get a picture. It does have an excellent range of art filters and scene modes. It also has a panorama mode and a couple of custom modes as well, so you can save some settings in those. So it's got quite a lot of features. Specs aside, I'm not going to read out all the specs of the camera. It was great fun, and for me, it introduced me to more modern cameras at the time in 2014, and I really fell in love with photography again using this camera. I think it's simple, but it's in a way sophisticated as well. It's very simple to use. There's a mode on here, the IA mode, and you can turn it onto that and give it to a family member, and they'll get some nice photographs. There's no reason why anyone couldn't pick up and start using this camera. I'm forever grateful to this little beast for introducing me back into photography. I think using the filters and using the scene modes and just exploring what it could do just really interested me, and excited my interest again, ignited my interest again in photography and using more and more sophisticated cameras. So I'll be forever grateful. So the last point I want to make about this camera is I want to talk about sensor size. because when this came out, I don't know where iPhone was in its evolution, but the sensor size on this camera is a 1/2.3 inch sensor. Is that right? Yeah. So it's a small sensor, and when you look at a camera in the iPhone, the sensor size of the iPhone cameras is larger, particularly, well, the wide angle lens is wider, so it's in an iPhone 14, for example, it's 1/1.9 inch, so you are getting a bigger area with the iPhone. So I think the comparison today would be, what can you do with this that you couldn't do on an iPhone? And I think it probably really just comes down to the zoom, because you can take still images on an iPhone and video, but you couldn't zoom in as much as you could with this. So still, for travel, you know, I think it has some use, but obviously as time goes on and camera phones get better and better, the use of a camera like this is probably going to diminish, I would say. But you know, if you're interested in just experimentation with a camera that, you know, isn't going to use your phone battery up, and you can just sort of shoot all day on it and experiment all day, these are great little things. And yeah, we'll have a look at some of the video and the photos I've shot with it next. So I hope it also excites your interest in photography. Hi there, me again. I just want to finish this video by saying thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and then you won't miss any more videos in the future. There is something else you can do as well. You can go and have a look at a newsletter. I'm going to publish a monthly newsletter rounding up all of the videos that I published in that month. So there'll be links and descriptions to each of the videos in the newsletter, and there'll also be some news that I've picked out from the world of photography that month. So please don't forget to subscribe to that as well. I'll put the link in the description of this video. Just remains to say thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.